said black text on gray background. Nothing to fix this. Fuck. All right, let's turn this down.
Damaged goods. This was now.
Oh, this and up all the clips I need. Bring over docs. Got a video I wanted to go over. One moment. Of course. All right. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was starting this. Alright, so I need timestamps and figure out this shit here. I thought I had it. I guess not. Was it in... Now it's set up. Okay. I guess not. Okay. Actual video notes here.
The demons.
Probably start this art piece too slow. Gonna lock that down. Hey, Demon. Hearing talking, and then oh, all right. What am I? Oh yeah, I'm craftyandy. Let me get some light in this situation here. Hold on. Okay. Let's go through this audio, get some notes together, get some video clips together while it goes through. That's the idea, at least. Did kind of get a montage together for the intro I want to use. At least part of the intro. I don't know if I should have an outro. I am curious. Because this answer has always eluded me. Best way to deal with bullying at school. Outside of just committing violence against the person, you know? I think it's just because a lot of it just always comes off as cringy and infantile. Whenever they, especially they do like a skit or try to dramatize it. I don't know. Who's this?
That boss at work or by that bully at school before you get your feelings hurt. Take that 1 second to pull back and study them, because most people who are in good places, they don't care.
Gross. Music kind of is a shit icing on that cake. Oh, this one definitely has to.
No, I just came from the basketball courts. This boy over there was really mean to me.
What did he do?
He wouldn't let me play basketball because I'm a girl.
Okay. Take that. Can't take that.
Oh boy, here I go to my locker. I really hope something bad doesn't happen to me.
Hey there, retard. Give me your lunch money or I'll smash your head in.
Okay, here it is. Please don't hurt me.
Hey, dumbass.
What?
Think fast. Hey there, friend.
We're not friends. Go away.
We're not friends, but we had so much fun today.
That wasn't fun. You were just hurting me.
Really? I didn't know. Look, I'm sorry, man. Here, take this gift.
What is this?
A black hole.
You know what? I'm back.
It's coming back. Hey, retard. Where's my lunch? It's right here. Take it. Peanut butter, my favorite. That's not peanut butter. That's uranium-235. Hey there, friend. Huh? Take that. Hey there, friend. Go away. I'm not in the mood. Come on, I got you a gift. See? A gift? What is this? An axe.
That is a solution. Final solution.
Men test
How are you not liking this?
each other out by shitting on each other. The idea is if you can stand my insult and still be around here, you must love me enough to be my friend. सर्कल में जाता हूँ वहाँ भी होता है, तीसरे फ्रेंड सर्कल में जाता हूँ वहाँ भी होता है, राइट? ये पर्टिकुलरली एक मेल प्रॉब्लम है, पर्टिकुलरली जनरली फाउंड इन मेन. एंड इसका रीज़न क्या है, इसका रैशनल क्या है, एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा कवर करते हुए इसके आंसर तक मैं आता हूँ, ठीक है? तो बेयर विद मी. कूल? म्यूट कर दे खुद को. Okay, all guys here, I want you to understand this very, very carefully. All men here, particularly, okay? बंदों के फ्रेंड ग्रुप का एक अनसेड रूल होता है profanity.
I don't understand what he
It
said.
is sort of, I'm not sure if it is biological, I'm not sure if it is cultural. I'm sure it is a mix of two. Somewhat. Where men test each other out by shitting on each other.
Oh, yeah.
The idea is if you can stand my insult and still be around here, you must love me enough to be my friend. You must be strong enough to have my back when shit goes down. बंदे एक दूसरे की लेते इसलिए हैं क्योंकि वो ये मेजर कर रहे होते हैं अपने दोस्तों में कि कौन असली है और कौन नकली है.
That's basic shit, though. Wait, what is the Jurassic Park classic game collection? Those games weren't exactly particularly good. Man, the game companies are just coming back and selling the same shit right back at us, aren't they?
InGen must be eliminated. I will have control of Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
Were you expecting someone else? Kept you waiting, huh?
More of these. Personally, I want to see more horror games.
I'm Mariel Cartwright. I am the creative lead of the Port Plus version of Clock Tower. I've always been a big horror fan. I love, Resident Evil and Silent Hill.
we're gonna get official translation of this game now.
In River City Zero, we had the manga.
A command to say, change the display speed of text. That's kind of been a tricky thing too with localization. It's like, how do I represent that?
Being able to kind of oversee that.
A command to say, change the display speed of text. That's kind of been a tricky thing too with localization. It's like, how do I represent that?
Being able to kind of oversee that and bring a new vision of this game to life, to be a part of it in any way at all, because at the time...
Yeah, I'm in. What else we got? Cinematics, no gameplay, okay. Back of this, alright. Try to figure out an answer. All right, you know what? Let's get rid of the videos. You know, this answer has actually eluded me. Because my answer is always just hit them in the face really hard and not be someone to fuck with. Like, damn the consequences, I guess. Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah, this guy, yeah.